All right. So we got a number of topics to discuss in this one. We're going to be talking some Super Eagles football. First, we got two Super Eagles players returning to Europe. Then we got an AFCON winner, a Super Eagles legend, calling out Enyimba Football Club. Then you got the Nigerian Football Federation, the NFF, announcing a new coach for the under 17s. Now, before we get into these stories, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, first we're going to start with the two Super Eagles players returning to Europe. Both players are coming from two different regions. You got Henry Onyekuru and Chidozie Awaziem. We're going to start with Henry Onyekuru, and his move happened a few days ago. And this was a tweet from Nigerian journalist Puchi Laba. Exclusive. Henry Onyekuru to Gensler Beerley on a permanent transfer. Done deal. The deal done. Deal agreed with player and club. 1 year plus 1 year contract. So 1 year, then an option for another year, which probably is the club option to sign him for another year. So basically a 2-year contract. Onyekuru is currently en route to Turkey for medicals and signings. Of course, this has already been done. Henry rejected 3 Turkish clubs to sign with Gensler Beerley, another Nigerian in Turkey. Of course, he's talking about Victor Osimhen, but funny enough, he's also talking about Henry Onyekuru's now teammate Onyekuru Etebo, who played for this club last season. I followed them last season. They were in the 2nd division, and he helped them gain promotion to the 1st division. You see this picture right here. So yeah, they're going to be teaming up over there. Now for Henry, I feel like this might be a much needed change of scenery or return to a familiar type of scenery, because he moved to Saudi Arabia Al Fire a couple of seasons ago. Started real good, had a real good first season, but the next one was injury ridden, and at the end he decided to part ways with his club. Hopefully he stays healthy over there in Turkey, and we get to see the best of him. Next up, of course, Chidozie Awaziem. He moved from North America, unlike Henry Onyekuru moved from the Middle East. Chidozie Awaziem moves from Colorado Rapids to Nantes in the French top flight. Of course, Colorado Rapids in the MLS. And Chidozie Awaziem joined Nantes on a 3-year deal. Not exactly sure the amount of money paid by Nantes to make sure the deal went through, but he moves to the French top flight. Of course, this is a club that he was playing for already. He used to play for, in Chidozie Awaziem and Nantes. So this is not a new situation right here. He's played for the club before, played good games for the club. So this is just a return. Now, I'm no mind reader, but I do feel like this might be a move that had eyes on the Super Eagles. I feel like he was over there at Colorado Rapids, again, proper playing time. He was a consistent part of their team, but you don't get a look at the Super Eagles. I think he got one look, and after that, nothing. So maybe he's putting 2 and 2 together and saying, hey, I need to go back to Europe to be able to compete for a spot in the Super Eagles team. That's what I'm thinking. It might be any different reason, but that kind of looks like it, because he was playing over there. It wasn't like he was on the bench or this or that. He was a consistent part of the team, and it just so happens he decided. Now, for me, I would just like to see him play in one club for a consistent amount of time. I think he has moved so much in his career and barely has any type of stability. So that's what I'm hoping for him. I hope he can make himself a mainstay in the team, and at least even follow in the footsteps of Moses Simon, who stayed in that team for years and years and years, and was a consistent player in that team. So hopefully that same thing works out for Chidozie Awaziem in his time with Nantes. But yeah, it is what it is. Next up, of course, the AFCON winner. And that AFCON winner is Brown Ideye. Brown Ideye calling out his former club, Enyimba Football Club, Of course, he joined them last season, was part of their CAF Confederations Cup campaign, scored a number of goals for them. But I guess the honeymoon is over because you got comments coming out about match bonuses not being paid by Enyimba Football Club. The season ended in May. They've not paid the match bonuses yet, and the new season is about to start, so he used this platform to call them out, as you see on your screen right now. And also he retweeted or reposted this tweet right here, which is basically saying that Enyimba Football Club has made $1.4 million in 2 years. $1,450,000. So he's saying, pay me what you owe me, basically. And I gotta say, I support him on this. You make an agreement with guys, and if you can't keep it up, it's not a good look, especially when you're a team like Enyimba Football Club, considered the biggest team in the country, and you're going out like this. This is not a good look. Hopefully they rectify the situation. I think he did them a great solid by playing for him this season, and it's not like he was just out there walking around and acting too big to be there. He was actually putting up good efforts, scoring big goals for him. So I just don't like how this is turning out in the end. I just hope both parties can get together. Not both parties, because obviously you're owing the whole team if you're owing Brownie Day. So I feel like Enyimba and the players need to, not the players, but Enyimba need to fix the situation and get the players what they have earned. Not right there. And Enyimba is too big for this. So hopefully they get this together. And I just wanted to put a little light on it. Then last but not least, we're going to talk about the new coaching hiring. A couple of coaches got hired by the NFF. They put out this report right here talking about appointments. As you see the title, NFF appoints Manu Garba, of course, former under-17 coach Manu Garba, World Cup winner, as a head coach and assistant at the under-17 level. Also under-20 AFCON winner. I believe he was the last coach to win the under-20 AFCON for Nigeria. He gets the job. He gets a job, or the job, as the Golden Eaglets coach. Actually was the last Golden Eaglets coach. So keeps his job, basically. Moses Aduku, the Edo Queens head coach, of course, took him to the CAF Women's Champions League. He gets the Falconers job. But let's get into the report. So it goes, the executive committee of the Nigerian Football Federation has approved the recommendation of the Federation's Technical and Development Subcommittee for appointments of experienced strategist Manu Garba as head coach of the under-17 boys national team, Golden Eaglets. Garba was head coach of the under-17s that won the under-17 World Cup trophy for Nigeria for the fourth time in the UAE in 2013. That was the Kelechi Iheanacho set. And he also led the team on 2 occasions since then, including qualifying to the 2019 Under-17 World Cup in Brazil. I believe that was the last World Cup we went to. The executive committee also endorsed the proposal by Technical and Development Subcommittee for the appointment of experienced women's football tactician Moses Aduku as head coach of the under-20 girls national team, the Falconers. Aduku takes over from Chris Danjuma. Chris Danjuma had that job for a couple of years now, like 2 or 3 World Cups. So we got somebody new in charge, the former Edo Queens. Well, I don't know if he's former, but the Edo Queens coach takes over the job, and let's see how it goes with him in charge. Both Garba and Aduku will officially resume on Sunday, as their different teams have important upcoming engagements. The girls will have a 2026 FIFA Under-20 World Cup qualifier fixture against Rwanda in September, while the Golden Eaglets will take part in the Wafu B Under-17 boys tournament that Nigeria is set to host in the same month. So yeah, you got a new head coach for the Under-17s, Manu Garba. Well, like I said, not a new head coach. He was just the head coach. We were played, y'all. We were played. I've said this story before on this channel. We finished third place at the last under 17 Wafu, and it was almost set in stone that we were going to qualify for the under 17 AFCON. But somehow, some way, CAF swindled us and got us out of there. The most winningest team in this competition's history. Not allowed, basically, because we earned it, in my opinion. Not allowed to play at the under 17 AFCON, which was just a travesty. But yeah, Manu Garba gets his job back, and I feel like he's a good coach for the job. He's somebody who wants to do the job. Is somebody that's good at the job. So I have no problem with it. I know probably maybe people are tired of seeing his face as things go in Nigeria, but I have no problem with it. He's somebody qualified and somebody with experience, not just any type of experience, championship experience. So definitely happy with that development right there, and wishing Manu Garba and Moses Aduku the best of luck. But let me know your thoughts about all of these topics. Put them in the comment section, and please don't forget to like this video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.